Okay, let's go live. Hello everybody, and I'd like to say good evening, and as you can see we have our 2-0 balloon here. That's because we are celebrating Mr. Phil's 20th anniversary of doing his show. This is a show that we're very proud of, and we hope to pull some gags and get you guys to laugh, but I also hope to get you to see a little tears and reliving some of the things that Phil's gone back to and the things that he's gone through in those 20 years, because I know I'm new at it, so there's a lot I can learn. And I'm sure that some of you people who just started watching us, there's a lot you're going to learn that you missed. I know there's a lot I've missed. Mr. Phil, if you can come out and say hello to everybody. How are you today, honey? It's good to see you.
Yeah,
Let's
good
have
to
a
see you,
seat.
Mary.
So 20 years. Oh my goodness.
Yes, 20 years.
That is unbelievable, isn't
yes.
it? Oh man.
Man, it's a...
What was the exact date? Now I know you
August-
know this man knows many dates.
Okay, it was August 16th, 1996.
Ah, okay. And back then it wasn't Access 23.
It was called Access 8.
Access 8.
Yes.
Was it in this studio or a different studio?
It was in this studio at that time.
Okay. Okay.
And it went through different channel changes. It became Try 23 because at that time we were broadcasting into parts of New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Then we lost that a few years later,
Okay.
and we became Port Jervis Dare Park Television.
Okay. And now I'm assuming that that meant that was the only areas that it was shown in?
But that's
or
what they
was
call
a
it, but it was
little bit
also
further?
a lot of adjoining areas, like into Greenville and up as far as Eldred and
Okay, so
wherever we broadcast
Things
now.
that they kind of touched.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we changed the name to Access 23, which was supposed to be called because we are a public access
Public
station.
access, so the Access 23.
We've been going with this ever since.
And of course, it hasn't always been Time Warner Cable. The cable company has gone through a couple of changes in name also, right?
Right, it's different.
Okay.
Yes, we're affiliated with Time Warner.
But you've always been affiliated with that particular cable company that runs out of
Yes.
there.
And then, of course, for those of you watching in our other areas, there's other cable companies bringing to us, like in the Hudson Valley, it is all Time Warner. And then when we get down to Manhattan on MNN, it's 4 different cable companies for my show alone,
Okay.
4 channels. And the same thing in Brooklyn, 4 channels and 4 other cable companies.
All right. Now, they run at times when people can just, what times do people generally turn them on? Do you know all the timing on
Yes.
those?
The home
Let's
base,
test his knowledge here.
home base right here, Access 23 is Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Then the Hudson Valley is, aside from this area, is Saturday morning. No, that's Manhattan's. Time Warner is Wednesday night.
That's the
Wednesday night on channel 23 at 10 o'clock. And then we got Saturday morning on MNN in Manhattan at 8 o'clock. And then we got Tuesday afternoon in Brooklyn at 4 o'clock.
Okay. at this point, I think that it's very important for everybody to get to see the man who's holding this all together for us.
Yes,
And without him, without our glue, we would fall apart.
right.
Here comes our Mr. Glue.
Yes.
This is
Peter
Peter
Ora.
Ora, everybody.
He's been with us for the past
Hey,
3
you know what?
years.
I'm going to let you sit on the other.
Okay.
Listen,
Thank
how are you, honey?
Phil, that was always a pleasure.
Yes.
So, Phil, I've
Yes.
been with you. I've been your co-host. I've been your cameraman. I've been your producer. You've heard me shout every obscenity in the book in the control room.
Nobody's supposed to hear that.
Well, no, obscenity is okay. You can
As
say the
long
word
as
obscenity, you
obscenity-
just can't say obscenities themselves.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, so I've done all that. I've been we've been through the trenches, Phil.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
we not?
Yes.
Between cameras not working, feedback from the thing. Yeah,
Wow.
we're still here today.
We're still here today, I mean,
And you
and you're
both have
doing
your
the work
necks.
of what used to be at least 3 other people.
But I thrive on pressure.
But
Yeah, we
what
done-
used to be 3 people is now Pete.
Yes, and
And
that's not,
then-
and the 3 people, let me announce, is not counting camera people.
Wow, okay,
It's
so
the
3
3
other
people
people just in the
in the
control
control
room.
room
Wow.
at that time.
Of course.
That's a lot
you
of
know,
responsibility. You
but,
you have
he's-
a couple other arms tucked away that we don't know about?
I only have these two.
Ah, those 2. Now,
But
how did
he-
you get those
he's
2?
doing- He's doing the job of 3 and is doing it perfect.
And let me tell you something, Phil. You've been on the air for 20 years, right?
Yes.
We want to keep you on the air for 20 more years.
Yes.
So that's the reason why I think we got to get you in shape.
Yes.
So I got a new personal trainer for you, Phil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
you
let's
didn't know
just
this
go
was
over
going to
here?
happen. Let's
Yes.
get you up
Only-
there. Now, I'm going to watch,
Wow,
see,
you
because
got-
I don't do the exercise. I watch.
Okay, Phil. This is your personal trainer here, Frank Robinson.
Hello, Frank. How are you today? Nothing better than watching a man work out his muscles.
Celebrity, the trainer to the stars here, Frank Robinson.
That's right.
So Frank, show him what to do to stay in shape so you can be on the air for the
You know
next
what,
one.
you're on the couch for 20 years, we gotta get you off the couch, young man, we gotta get that blood flowing.
Right.
Gotta keep you another 20 years, how about that?
Yes, 20 more years,
You can
yes.
start with anything, coffee cans,
Yes.
bottled water,
Okay.
some presses,
Yes.
10 of these,
Yeah.
little curls,
Mm-hmm.
10 of those. Do some sumo squats.
Oh, let's see if we can do that one.
Try it.
Sure.
Two. Three. Slow down, it's not a race.
You want it work? Yeah, feel it. There you go. All right.
Get me jacked up right now.
Right? Okay.
There you go, there you go. Okay, I'm curling.
This
No, curl.
Phil, Phil.
There you go, slow it down, slow it down. There you go. You got a peak already.
I know, I see that.
Look at that.
Through the shirt.
It's looking at me.
See, well, if I knew we were going to do this segment, I would have made him wear a tighter shirt.
Oh my God. Mary, please, this is a family program.
I know. Well, the family should see what we're working with.
That's right. And remember how to do the sumo squat, just spread your legs, shorten them. Just go down. Like you're sitting there. There you go. Don't fall down.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't fall.
There you go.
I got in that position, I'd be on my butt.
There you go. Keep it in front. Like you're Oliver holding a bowl of roll.
There you go.
There you go.
You don't want to,
Awesome,
don't
awesome,
spill
awesome.
anything.
There you go. Awesome. It's my pleasure being on the show with you.
Thank you very
Pete, I
much.
hope I come on another time.
Of course.
Oh,
You can show
yeah.
them how to do
Maybe
push-ups.
sit on that couch and show them how to do some squats in there.
Exactly.
You know what? That would be great because this way, any of the older people that watch, we can get them all to watch and do some
Trainer
exercises.
to the stars.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so, folks, as you know, in the 20 years, we went through many co-hosts. And at one time, we used to be changing co-hosts every few months.
Yeah.
It was only in the past 13 years that we really narrowed it down. We had Diane Olivia for 5 years, and then we had Lori Mantilla for 7 years, and then this past year we picked up Mary Frost.
Yes, a
And
little wind blew into
I
his
just
life.
wonder, what has this meant to you?
For me, oh my, this has meant for me a lot. I mean, this is stuff that I probably could have been doing a long time ago. My husband and I had chose to forgo the career and stuff and have the children raise the children. My children never saw a babysitter,
Right.
which has put us in such a good spot now that they're all adults. We have time to do our own thing, and being here and being with you and living out this dream. We met under some sad circumstances. It was after my father died, and I just needed to get out of the house and do some stuff, and I went to karaoke. And when I went to karaoke, that's where I met Mr. Phil. He heard me sing Desperado, and I saw tears coming out of his eyes. But at the same time, it touched me because I felt as if my dad's eyes were watching me through you. And it just touched me so much that he had tears streaming down his face. My dad never ever got to see me do karaoke. He did get to see me do plenty of church things, plenty
Right.
of community things, but never something like this as an adult and on my own.
Right.
And if he was alive now and knowing that I was doing this, well, everybody would know our name even more than they do now, because he would be making sure to shout it to the rest of the world.
Right.
And so I couldn't let this man go. He just reminded me too much of my dad. So I kind of took him as my uncle, but he's kind of like my dad too. So he's my dunkle.
Yeah, Dunkel.
It's Dunkle Phil. Yes.
Yes.
So I think that we've got a long way to go, though, because I don't plan on leaving my dunkle till I'm damn good and ready.
Right. I mean, it's just 5 weeks later, you were a guest on
I
my...
was a guest on the show.
Yes, on the show, 5 weeks later on a holiday Christmas show.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then got it in my head, I'm taking over.
Yes.
Which is exactly what I did. I took over, and he asked me if I would be his co-host. And I didn't even have to think about it. I was just like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do this.
Yes.
And we did 2 or 3 programs. I said, you need a director.
Yes.
And I became that director. And gosh, I think we've done pretty good in
Yes, and then
in
Ken.
a few months. My husband Ken.
Come on up, Ken.
Come on up, Ken.
Yes, you got to be a part of it.
Yes. Now my husband Ken.
Bill, congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Yep. He and I have been married for 31 years now, so it's definitely time that we get into the business that we've always wanted to get into.
Mm-hmm.
We've played music together forever. We were high school sweethearts, and we've been together for a really long time. A couple bands together. So now this is a whole new venture for him to be able to go and run the boards in the back and being in the sound room, being able to do the cameras, and it's giving him more opportunity so that when we got our band together, he's going to be more well-rounded as to what's going on.
Exactly, and just to be able to support Pete and keep his head up.
That's
and-
right.
Yes.
That's right. I mean, I think the help for Pete's been tremendous, but the knowledge that you're gaining, I think, through this,
Yeah, it's a good refresher.
it's definitely something that we need. We
Right.
need. It's going to help our careers go further as well.
Yes, it will.
And we would not have this opportunity if it wasn't for the crying man after I sang Desperado. That was a girls' night out, actually. My husband, he didn't even know anything about this, because we had girls' night out, and we just went out and we had a great time.
And you never did karaoke before. That's the
That
thing.
was my very, very
Very
first song that I ever did in karaoke, ever. And what's that date? He knows dates like crazy.
November 13th, Friday the 13th,
Wow.
2015.
Yep.
Came over there after a show just like this.
So we're getting there. We're getting close to maybe doing a 1-year anniversary show for me.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
Terrific.
Well,
So,
I should get back behind the scenes and get you guys back on
would
the
you
road.
do me a favor, though? Would you bring us another chair or put it over here? Because I do have 2 guests that I'd like to bring out.
Okay.
Thank
Got
you.
the stage management. I'll be right back.
me back to being director again.
Yep.
Yes.
See, I mean, when I had my other co-host, my last co-host, Lori, I had to have a lot of backup people because this woman was a very busy woman with her job as a medical assistant, as well as her show business career as an actress and an opera singer. So
And I think after all of that work, after 7 years, I think you gotta get a little tired and feel like, I need a break.
yeah, right.
I know with kids, that's the way it is. And this is like your own child, you know, doing the show is like your own child. Okay, so our friend who's been giving us some talent for our show is here tonight with a friend of his that he has had on his open mic nights at the Noble Coffee Roasters, and actually Thursday night, last night was his last one. Come on out, this is Gene Faccarelli. Gene, come on and have it. And we also brought his friend Kyle, who is hopefully gonna play for us. Come on and have a seat. So this is Kyle, and this is Gene.
Hi.
So Gene, you've been giving Phil music from your open mic nights.
My open mics, and there's also an open mic in Warwick at the Cafe Al Mode every Friday.
Okay.
So what I do is I go in there and I just watch the performers, and I'm like, okay, and I pick these out, and I'm like, would you like to be on the Mr. Phil show? Would you like to be on the Mr. Phil show? Yes, I take their information, then I call Phil. Phil says, great, here's the open dates, and we'll do that. So I think it's been, I don't know, 7, 8 different people who have gone on to
Wow.
Yes,
build their careers, and starting point was here.
yes.
Last night, you had told me that the person who was supposed to be on this show had an accident, unfortunately, and Kyle was walking out the door. And I said, Kyle, have you ever been on the Mr. Phil show? He goes, yeah, when I was 10. I go, would you like to be on again? He goes, sure, I'm not doing anything, and here he is.
Right, I mean, it's
Also,
something to
thank
come
you so
back
much.
Yes.
after, I mean, you were on this show back in 2001,
That's right. That is correct.
Wow.
15 years ago.
At 10 years old.
10 years old, yeah.
Wow. What did you do at 10 years old to entertain everyone?
Back then it was all Dylan songs.
Yes.
All
Oh,
old
okay.
Bob
Right.
Dylan tunes.
Well, back
yeah.
then also you were still doing karaoke mode, right?
Yes.
This show has morphed from a karaoke show into live entertainment, so that we can bring you live people singing their own music and performing their own music, and hoping to get them. That's why we have Gene here. It gives us the great, wonderful people that are doing their own stuff, and we don't have to worry about anything that way, and no karaoke. There's plenty of places to go do karaoke, but we wanted to do it
Right.
live.
I don't know how many years ago, but at Boodle's Opera House was the first time I saw Kyle on stage, and I'm like, who is this young guy? This guy, everybody's like, yeah, he's Kyle, and he's great, he plays guitar, and he writes his own songs.
Yeah.
I can't
And then,
believe at that young age. That's
yeah.
amazing.
And he was
That's
fabulous then, and
amazing.
he's just amazing right now. The songs that he's writing is just beyond great. So look for some great things out there.
So
Yeah,
what got you into it? What got you into doing that music and the writing and stuff?
Music, my parents were very musical people. They didn't play
Okay.
any instruments, but we always had music playing in the house. My mother was a big fan of like Bruce Springsteen. My dad liked all the 70s singer-songwriters like Jackson Brown, James Taylor, those kinds of people.
That's my favorite group. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how it started for me. Just being around that all the time.
Oh, that's terrific. And Gene, you also perform. That you're not that you're going to perform tonight, or are we?
Well, I'm just doing one song.
Doing one song
when
tonight.
Phil told me that he would like me on his 20th anniversary show,
Right.
and I sat down and I wrote a song for him.
That's
So
true. It's
no one's
very-
ever heard it except for my wife Liz.
So this will be a surprise.
And this
That's
is going to be
great.
a surprise for Phil for his 20th anniversary. But yeah, I have my own open mic every third Thursday at the Noble Coffee Roasters in Campbell Hall, and I also do gigs out in the Hudson Valley. In fact, there's a place right down the road that I perform every second Friday.
Where's that?
It's Maple River Restaurant. It's in Port Jervis. Great food. Come on down.
And now, is it just you and your guitar?
It's just me and my guitar. Yeah.
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 Sometimes the guitar is the best partner.
Yeah. Plus, when you're playing in a restaurant, sometimes the amount of space that you give you is only,
Right.
this big, and you can't have several players, which I would like to do it. But
And your volume levels too. I mean, if you have too many people, too many pieces, it means the volume's going to be even that much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can kind of keep it at a dining level. That
Yeah, and you
way.
have to know that you're background music. You're
Yes.
entertaining, but you're still
Yes.
background music.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The sad thing was the day that Boodles closed. I mean, I'm just
Wow.
looking at it. I could really use that now. I mean, if Boodles was still around with the way, the new format of the show, I'd be cleaning up over there.
We tried. I personally helped do a thing called Boodles Beach Bash, which was a whole day, and everybody volunteered. We had open mic in a tent down below in the parking lot. We put wristbands. You get a free hot dog and a soda. You pay one price. You get admission in at night, and there was several acts going on. Just couldn't kick it. Just couldn't do it. They just
It's too much to handle.
the bands wanted so much money. Not enough people coming in to pay the bill, so they had to close.
It's a hard business
Yeah.
to keep moving. Yeah.
Everybody loved Boodles, but you still have my open mic, which I've gotten you so many people there, and several from Cafe a la Mode, so it's still out there. And
Phil and I have gone to a couple of nights. It's fun. It really is. It's nice. I actually got up and did a couple songs one night a cappella. Didn't bring any music, but I
so
said
you
I
guys
wanted
came to
sing
my open
anyway.
mic
That's
2 months
right.
ago, and you brought your music, and you guys sang together. It was
Yeah,
pretty
we
cool.
sang together,
Yeah.
and then I sang a couple songs
Yeah.
a cappella because I didn't have any music. But I said I want to do this. So,
Sure.
So why not?
Yeah, and we had gone to the Saturday night Music for Humanity
Yes.
over there.
Right. We
I've
had
gotten
that.
plenty of people from that,
Yes.
from
Some
Barry
really good,
Edelman, who's also
performers
been
there.
on this show.
Who?
Barry Edelman.
Barry, yes. Barry just basically writes all his own stuff.
Wow.
He rarely does, a cover song. As it's very rare that I hear Kyle do a cover song.
Really?
It's always his own stuff, and sometimes it's like, don't even do cover songs because your songs are much better.
Okay.
Thank you, Gene.
And I hear that you had something you wanted to let everybody know about.
Yeah, I do. I just put out a CD. I just put out an album. It's called Before and After. It just came out in July. It's it's online. It's wherever you can find, wherever you find your music now.
Oh, all right.
And
So
at my
it's
shows.
Any of the music shows?
Yeah.
Is it videos of you or just the music?
No,
or-
just the music.
Okay.
Yeah,
Would you grace us with a few of your songs?
absolutely.
That would be wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You would
outstanding.
do that. I like that
Excellent,
idea.
All right.
Thank you. We would do that. We have a spot set up over there for you.
Great. Thank you.
You get a chance.
After 15 years.
At 15 years, okay, now, this is his return. It's Kyle's return to the Mr. Phil show as an adult.
Yes.
Yes, the last time he was here, he was 10 years old. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Do you need the microphone in front of you a little more?
Just the mic the way you want it.
Okay. I see you dancing there, but there's tension in your stares. If the world is disturbing your peace, as if there's something deep inside you try so hard to hide, leaves you aching to find your sweet release. Just come with me, and I'll show you a place where the wind flows free. Let the warm air hit your face. There's no disgrace in breathing in. And so we began in the corner of your home little room. It's like roses in bloom. Breathe it in. shame. Feel the tension ooze away. I still want you by my side. If it makes you feel alive, feel the fragrance of creation as you stay. It's a love so fine. Now just let it flow from your depths into mine. Let the warm air hit your face. There's no disgrace. I breathe it in. And so we began in the corner of your home little room. It's like roses in bloom. I breathe it in. There's freedom in the basking in the wind. Once you're satisfied, just return to the dance and to the soundtrack of your life. But so you know, if the tension ever grows, then come back here to find me and let the wind blow. Let the warm air hit your face. There's no disgrace. So breathe it in. And so we began in the corner of your home little room. It's like roses in bloom. I breathe it in. There's freedom in the basking in the wind. There's freedom in the basking in the wind. Thank you.
Maybe theory a little bit better.
Oh, thank you, Gene.
That's great. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's
Okay. This is my hit song. Well, in my house. This is called A Strong Man Can. You broke my heart and tossed it away for somebody new. The sweet talking ways, and here I thought you were here to stay. So what went wrong, or do I just not see? Was I not enough for you to be pleased? Were you just tired of the same old me? What does it matter now? I'm clinging to your picture, a dream of holding you. I wake up cold and empty, continue sad and blue. I've done my share of crying, I've done my share of holding out. Tonight I'm moving on, gotta stay strong, keep my head held high. Gotta stand tall, 'cause it'll be alright. I'm gonna leave you behind like only a strong man can. Wearing my tie and some nice cologne, I walk out that door, my will like stone. I've spent enough of my time alone. I gotta shake this feeling of dread, spinning around inside my head. It makes me sick, I feel like I'm dead. I wanna feel alive, I must pick up the pieces that buzz my shattered heart. It's gonna take forever, so I'd better start. I'll put it back together, and by the time I'm whole again, I'll be over you. Gotta stay strong, keep my head held high. Gotta stand tall, 'cause it'll be alright. I'm gonna leave you behind like only a strong man can. is said and done, I look into her sapphires tonight. She is the one. We've done our share of crying, we've done our share of holding out. Tonight we're moving on. Tonight we're moving on. Gotta stay strong, keep my head held high. Gotta stand tall, 'cause it'll be alright. Whoa, gotta stay strong, keep my head held high. Gotta stand tall, 'cause it'll be alright. I'm gonna leave you behind like only a strong man. Leave you behind like only a strong man. Leave you behind like only a strong man can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. And this song is called Diamond. So love has got you down, so he decided to skip town, so you are stuck there on your own. I can't say I know how you feel. I know, though, that the break isn't real. I don't want you to think you're alone. Call to me, and I will be at your side, listening to what you have to confide. Well, I have seen into your soul. You're a diamond in a land of gold, like one we've not seen before. Well, I've been wrong and I've been right, but I have known you all your life, and I know this one for sure. You're a diamond, so keep on shining. By day, this town will help you learn. By night, it takes a sinister turn. They'll try to disguise it as fun. I seen you come so very far, so don't go living by the stars and moon and not by the sun. Call to me, and I will be at your side, listening to what you have to confide. Well, I have seen into your soul. You're a diamond in a land of gold, like one we've not seen before. Well, I've been wrong and I've been right, but I have known you all your life, and I know this one for sure. You're a diamond, so keep on shining. I can't guarantee that I'll know what to say, but I can hold you close to me till the pain goes away. Don't give up on love. One day you'll find the man that you deserve, and you'll know when you see it. Well, I have seen into your soul. You're a diamond in a land of coal, like one we've not seen before. Well, I've been wrong and I've been right, but I have known you all your life, and I know this one for sure.
timing, so keep on shining. Your timing, so keep on shining. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a thrill to be back here. Thank you. And congratulations, Phil, on 20 years on the air. It's been a thrill.
Yes. Thank you for being a part of it back in the old days.
Yeah. Now, if you don't mind, I would like to do one more song. Okay. Just got to do something real quick. Let me move this out of the way for a second.
Happy anniversary, Mr. Phil. The dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of cerritos rising up through the air. My sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the corner. I heard the mission bells. I said to myself, this could be heaven, this could be hell. She held up a candle and she showed me the way. There was voices in the corridor. I thought I heard them say, welcome into the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely face, huh? There's plenty of room in the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find them here. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. Eh? She's got a Mercedes Benz, no? She's got a lot of pretty, pretty boys. She calls friends. How they dance in the courtyard. Some are sweat. Some dance to remember. Some to forget. So I called to the captain. Please, my wine, he said. We haven't had that spirit here since, what, 1929? And still, the voices are from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome into the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Living it up in the Hotel California. Any time with a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling. Pink champagne on ice. We are all prisoners here of our own device. The chambers, they gather for their feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. Had to find the corridor to the place I was before. Relax, says the night man, we are programmed to receive. Check out anytime you want. You can never leave.
That was very good. Thank you, Kyle, so much for accompanying our Marlena teacher.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you so much. You really saved the day for me.
Now let me put you in between here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Phil. You're so nice. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
I miss singing with you at Cheeseburger in Paradise. It was only a couple of times, but it was a lot of fun, and it was definitely memorable for me because how many people do you see there singing, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
Right.
Those were good days.
Oh,
Yes.
cheeseburger bread. I know it's hot in here.
I know, with this wig and the hat on top of
If
it.
anybody wants to donate fans that are quiet.
Oh, yeah. You know what? After this show, I think I might have a couple
Yeah.
that I'm willing to give.
Yeah. So now you did karaoke down at Cheeseburger in Paradise. That had to be a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long,
It
long
was.
time ago. Yes, I mean,
Great.
because we've been, I've been doing Friday night holiday, and I can't remember. It's been so long, so it had to be way, way before that.
And Holiday Inn, I love to go, but a lot of times I get out of work and I'm just so tired. I get out at
Right.
7 o'clock.
Right.
But I really would love to get back into it
Well,
because.
tonight after the show, that's where we're headed.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
yes,
And
and
that's
Gene
a
and his
classy
wife
place.
Liz
I
are
want to
gonna
say
come.
that is class. It's the best karaoke that I've ever been
Yeah?
to.
And how's the crowd?
The
Not-
crowd is
We're
good.
basically, we bring the crowd with
Yeah.
us.
Good,
We are-
good.
Okay,
Yes.
so we
Phil's
are the-
bringing the party, yo. That's
Yes,
right. You heard
you
it
know.
here.
It ain't a party till Mr. Phil and Mary
That's
arrive.
right. That's right. I'm so thrilled that I'm here. And thank you so much for having me.
So,
I really
Oh.
so great. Now, do
appreciate
you live
it.
All-
local in the area?
I do. I do live locally. I live in Middletown.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah?
We both do.
That's great.
He only lives up the street from me, which is
Yes, I
great.
mean, so
And now, okay, I'm going to ask you, what was the very first person that was on as your guest?
Yeah.
on
I just want to pick your brain.
Yeah, tell us.
Okay, the first person that was on as my guest was a karaoke DJ and her husband that became, they were the entertainment coordinators, Mary and Joe, and they were the first ones on that show.
Wow.
And they're the ones who saved the show, who brought us all the entertainment free of charge. And then they would, in those days, I didn't have to get guests. They used to do it for me.
They did.
Everything was done for me. I didn't
Oh,
have
so
to make
you just
no,
had to show up and be the
show up
host.
and be the host.
Mr.
And
Phil, how did this happen? What made you decide, like, this is what I want to do? And how did you connect the dots to be here on cable TV to do this? I mean, a lot of people would not have
Wouldn't-
that,
yeah.
would not take those steps
I
forward.
wanted this since I was a kid, and I
Yeah?
knew that's what I wanted when I was a little child.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, practically an infant. I liked watching, and I said I want to be on the other side. I could be 3 years old watching TV, saying, "Mommy, this is what I want to do."
that's great.
That's how long it goes back, and through the years, I really wanted to do it, and it was something a passion I had as a child.
Oh, it's something I always wanted my whole
That's
life
great.
to do.
That's great.
Yeah.
I had to do that because that's what Phil says. All these singers, they get on these shows
Yeah.
and they say, "Okay, what do you want to do?" "Oh, I've been wanting to do this my whole life. I couldn't wait to do the whole thing." And
Yeah.
now here,
You're so
now
lucky,
here he's
yeah.
saying that. Okay.
And here he is. Here he is,
And he's
everybody.
doing it.
He's
That's
right.
right.
Here.
That's right.
wonderful.
So
Yes.
sometimes you can say that,
And it couldn't happen to
does
a better
come
guy.
true.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was
Wonderful.
so your first. You can remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that Gene has a song
Yes.
I see him all set
that
up.
he
yeah.
has. This never been performed before. It's freshly written specifically for this show, right,
Yeah,
Gene?
let me get Gene the mic.
We got to give you a mic.
Okay, he's got the mic, and you
I
know,
don't want to make my cameramen crazy, but
You mean Pete?
can too.
Oh yeah.
Because it's hooked up there.
Excuse me.
So, Mr. Phil, it looks like it's just you and I here on TV.
Yes.
So tell me, what's going on? What's new? What else are you doing for this? Look at the set.
You
I
know,
think
now-
that your anniversary.
You know, I'm just saying that, you know, I was so lucky to take on Mary
Right.
in this past year, and she's not only co-host and director, she's completely with my career. It's Mr. Phil and Mary Entertainment
Yes.
now.
Oh,
We-
that's
yes,
wonderful.
we've
Why don't
worked
you
for
say
business
something
partners.
about that? Here we are on TV. You
Yes,
should
well-
talk about that.
Well, we do, but today was more about Phil and his reminiscing about 20 years ago. 20 years ago, you didn't have me around.
No, I
But
wish I did.
hopefully, I'll have enough oomph like he does to keep us going for another 20 years.
Takes
Yes.
a lot of chutzpah. You ready, Gene?
Yes, okay.
Yeah, come on, guys, come on over here and just stand. Come on, Kyle, come on over. And at the end of the song, we're going to do the chorus several times, and I'm going to have you guys clap during the chorus. So when it's time, I'll give you the signal. So come on into the camera. And this is a brand new song. When Mr. Phil asked me to be on the 20th anniversary, which I was honored to, I said, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna write him a song, and that's what I did. So no one has ever heard it, except for my wife, Liz. Hi, Liz. Okay, squeeze in. So the song is called Mr. Phil. Who's the guy that loves to sing with a voice of air from spring? For 20 years he's had his own show, and he and Mary make a great combo. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. For the past 20 years, that's a show everybody cheers. The talent level is always high, and he is always reaching for the sky. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. He's performed in movies and TV shows, radio and plays, CDs loved by the pros. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. He shows new talent, that's always great. The best performers from New York State. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. Come on, clap it out. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. One more time. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. Mr. Phil, Mr. Phil, it's the Mr. Phil show. It's the Mr. Phil show.
Let me keep my tongue back.
That's for you, Phil.
That was great.
Gene. That's beautiful.
That was my pleasure. That's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
So here is the song. I'm giving it to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Wow.
That was very well. He gave me the inspiration. Said, "Come on my show," and the song came out, and there it is. So.
If it wasn't for you giving us so much talent to keep us going through and pulling the Mr. Phil show through as much as you have, we couldn't have gone so far without you.
Thank you. And every time I go to open mics, I'm always looking out. Got my submarine scope out, so we'll get you some more talent.
Thank you. And Mary and I are going to be out there looking for talent. And here's something exciting, folks. If you're out there and we like you and you're good for the show, we're going to book you right then and there on the premise, starting right now. Anybody we pick up gets booked for a date that same night.
Right, yes. We're gonna have a calendar and one that usually schedules and stuff, so you see me, I'm maybe coming to your thing, see if you might be interested in being on our show.
Right, so thanks a million for all you've done, Gene.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And 20, 40, 60, 80, as many years as you want, that's how many years we want Mr. Phil on. So let's give a hand to Mr. Phil. Come on, Evan. Thank you.
Now, one request,
Yes,
you have a song.
yes, I do. It's called I Had a Dream, and it's all about my dream and passion as an artist. And this song is from me and Mary.
I'm not gonna sing it because you're gonna sing.
Right, but it's for her also. And thank you for coming into my life.
Oh, thank you for coming into my life and putting stars up there for me that I didn't think were possible.
And thank you to all you viewers for keeping me going for 20 years. And let's have 20 more. I had a dream. My dreams have come true. I had a dream, and I'd like to thank you. I sing from my heart. You know that it's true. Thank you.
I would like to present Mr. Phil with this official box of tissues. He's the most official crier I know, most efficient crier I know, and he just pours his heart out and does what he can for everybody. At this point, I would like to make sure that we mention, and we can't stress enough how much the people that run this show mean to us. Because if they didn't come here and do all this background stuff, the people that we showed you throughout the segment, they're so important. Right from Gene giving us talent, from him being able to catch Kyle and last minute saying, hey, would you like to be on the Mr. Phil show? And I was actually on there when I was 10. I can't believe that. That's amazing. And Karen, you said that our Marlene Dietrich's name's Karen. And she also, she used to sing karaoke with Mr. Phil when it used to be, what was it?
Cheeseburger
in Paradise. Yes. So right now, all right, I'd like to invite out, just so that everybody can come out and we can all congratulate Phil in one big time. I'm going to start with Karen, our last performer. It's our Marlena Dietrich, Hotel California.
Hello. Welcome to the Hotel California.
And